All right. Hey, hi. My name is Aryan. I am just done with my engineering. I came from Bangalore from my internship, and this is a very interesting idea that I want to work on. Actually, kind of like rework on. This was a project that I took up for my capstone, and I'm like planning to do it, like execute it again this time, given the fact that I've learned so many things in my internship now. Awesome. I'll just straightly get into it without, talking about other things. Cool. My idea's name is Kahaani AI. It's about solving a problem with tourism in India. Cool. Let's just talk about the problem first. So whenever you go to a tourist monument in India, the first thing that comes to my mind or any tourist mind is that it's unorganized. I always feel that friction where, chalo yaar, I have to go to a tourist monument, but I'll have to figure out so many things when I go out there, right? This is where Kahani AI will solve things out. But let's talk more about the problem. What are the problems that tourists face? So before we even understand that, why do you even go to a tourist spot, right? Like, why do you visit a monument? To know about its history. Now, now let's talk about the problem. You want to know history, you want it to be interesting, but the current solutions, I feel, at least for me and a couple of folks that I have spoken to, it's it's not interesting at all. The current solutions that are out there are these three. One, there is tour guide. Second, there is those billboards out there. Third, there are those audio devices that you can plug and play and listen. Let's talk about each existing solution first. Tourist guide. So if you go to a spot, firstly, you will always feel that ambiguity if you will find a tourist guide or not in the first place. Secondly, even if you find one, it's difficult to trust him. Third, if you even trust him, a lot of time what happens is that trust is broken because they push you into finishing the tour fast. Their reason is also right because they have to earn and they have to churn those tourists, right? Again, also that tourist guide should be able to explain things in the language that you understand. That is also another thing. One major problem that I want to talk about is that these tourist guides are not authentic 100%. And given the fact that India is volatile when it comes to information about our history, I feel these guides should be authentic. I'll just give you an example. I'd gone to Mehrangarh Fort. It's a beautiful fort in Jodhpur. It's in Rajasthan. So over there, I went first with my college. Then later, I went with my parents. Both times I was in a tour with like different tour guides. The first tour guide explained me one X story. The second tour guide explained me some Y story. There was a difference in both the stories. And then when I checked out later on Wikipedia and then I studied through National Archives of India, I found out like both stories are like 50% accurate and other things were like they're made up stories. Now, if there is some plot twist over here that is like sensitive in terms of religion or something, the ideology of people change and that changes. And India is a mass country. Uh, if ideas change and they like reflect upon each other, it causes a problem, right? Because the information is wrong what you're spreading. So that is one major problem that I feel that is out there right now. Secondly, there are these boards out there, and honestly, they are way too long for me to read, and they are only in Hindi, English, and Marathi. Given that India is such a like culturally depth country with so many languages like Bengali, like you know it, right? Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Marwadi, Marathi, Hindi, English. The boards can't cover it all. Secondly, the information out there is always like what people want to know. How much they want to know it, that will always be subjective, right? But that board is static. So if there's a long information and if I want to read it, I probably would not because I don't like reading a lot. I would rather like to listen more. And for example, if someone wants to know knowledge, like wants to go into the depth of it, but the boards out there are having like short knowledge about it, like some short facts, which is true. If you go to Shaniwar Vada, Shaniwar Vada does have a history, but the information is too short, and people just don't understand what it is. Like I spoke to like 3 to 4 people out there, and I also spoke to the person who sells coconut outside Shaniwar Vada, and they told me that it's a garden. So I felt that that is wrong, right? So this is the thing with boards. Third, the audiobooks. Audiobooks I feel was a great solution, but I feel now that AI is out there and there are so many agentic solutions that I can make, I find it incomplete because when you're listening to an audio track, it's monotonous, and when it's monotonous and it's not interactive, given that we are in the age of such high interactive, uh, you know, pick points that everybody is hooked to, uh, monotonous things won't work. So after a point, you stop hearing. It goes through one ear and comes out through another ear. Is what I've seen. Like I saw 2 3 people. I had gone in a tour, so that is one thing. Secondly, these audio tracks are also in 2 to 3 languages only. So that is one thing. Let's talk about Kahani AI now and how it solves this problem. Kahani AI is divided into 2 phases. So let's talk about the first phase. Think about it in this way. I'll just give you the experience of Kahani AI, then explaining what the functional features are. You go to a monument, you open your phone, you open an app in that phone. That app has a tour, which is probably like 100 rupees. You book that tour, and once you book that tour, there are certain checkpoints that you get on for that monument. Now, each checkpoint you go to, there is a AI that is speaking in your native language, in your configuration, whether you want it where you want to know the entire knowledge, where you just want like uh, a brush up about the history, you have the ability to configure that, and it will speak in that sense only. Secondly, because it's an LLM, it is it is fine tuned to be interesting. It won't be monotonous. Uh, Third, it will be able to speak in your native language that you understand, so that you are more interested in that tour. If tomorrow, if someone, I am Marwadi, right? So if tomorrow someone is explaining a tour in Marwadi to me, I will be more interested than English, right? So that is one thing, and you go checkpoint to checkpoint, finishing the tour at your pace. Another thing is that as it's a LLM solution, as it's an AI solution, it is bi-directional. So you don't only listen, you can ask questions. Now this is where it becomes interactive. So now I'm solving the monotonous behavior of all the audio solutions that are out there across monuments in India. Now coming to the second part of Kahaani AI, the second part is also divided into two parts. What if you come with your family? When you're with your family, you can't ask everyone to just take out their phones, put a headset, and like everybody is out there doing the tour on their own. That's not fun. For family, if you come with friends or with friends, you would like to have a tour guide. A tour guide is a better solution, I feel. You will have more fun and you will understand the history better collectively. But again, the same problem. Tourist guides are not authentic. They'll rush you, all of that. So how does Kahaani AI solve it? Again, same thing. It will remove your confusion. It'll take your hand and give that hand to the right tour guide who can explain every bit of history properly. Think about it in this way: you come to a monument, you open Kahaani AI's app, and there's a Uber sort of an interface where you just put in how many people you are, 5 to 6 people, or whatever, 3 to 4 people, and then you search for a tour guide. A tour guide is matched, and then you meet together, and that tour guide explains you everything. Now that tour guide will be verified and educated by us, and there will be someone who is like actually taking responsibility behind the tour guide rather than that tour guide being independent. Secondly, I feel this is more like a business model that I'm thinking. I'll share that too over here. It's incomplete, it's in progress, but I'm cooking that thing up. So that tour guide will be paid by us, fixed amount. The reason for this is if he runs on commission, he will still rush you because he wants to increase the number of commissions he makes. So now I want to ensure that when he's paid fixed, he doesn't care about commission. All he cares about is giving good value to you and giving good information. So authenticity and user experience is improved right over here. Now what if you are a solo traveler but you want a tour guide? You don't want the AI app and AI agent solution. Now here is booking group tours, right? So every hour a group tour will run where you can connect to a group. So multiple people, multiple solo travelers, bachelors like me who are out there who want to visit the same monument, they reach to that place, they open the app, they book a group tour, they come collectively and the tour begins. So here I create a win-win solution, right? If a tour is, for example, some 1500 rupees for 1 hour tour, right? You can't pay that alone. If there are like 3 to 4 people, then it makes sense. But if you are alone, and you book this group tour, you won't have to pay 1500, but you'll probably pay some 200 250 rupees, and you'll go in a group tour. You'll meet a bunch of cool people along the way, and the tour guide will also be able to educate more people around. And but I think the commission model will work here. Actually, the business side is different, but yeah, the tour guide will get more customers. Not that it matters for him because he's on a fixed pay by me, but yeah, you'll be able to save money and have the same experience, right? So these are the two services that I am planning to offer through Kahaani AI, and I feel that it'll be a fun thing to build out, and I think it'll solve like a real problem that I faced. And after asking a bunch of people, I think I can make, even if I can make 10 to 15 people's tour experience happy right now in the coming month, I would be very happy. Let's see what happens afterwards. So after this video, every week I'm going to post one weekly video where I update what is happening at Kahaani and what are we building. Very open to know what your thoughts are. Would love to talk more about this if you're interested. Cool, chalo, see you, bye bye.